My name is April and this is Unit Q, and what we're going to do is I'm going to solve number 16 from my collaborative answer key, and I have half of the problem worked out for you guys. So the original problem was cosine theta over 1 minus sine theta equal to secant theta plus tan of theta. So what you are going to see is that this is a verification problem. So you eventually want all of this to look like this. So I went through my list, and you couldn't look for a GCF because there isn't one. You couldn't substitute for an identity because what you have on the bottom is 1 minus sine theta, and it's not squared, so it couldn't be a Pythagorean identity. And you couldn't power it up because it is a Pythagorean identity. And then what I saw was that you could multiply by the conjugate because the top was just a monomial, and that multiplying by the conjugate by both top and bottom will make my life much easier. So what I did was multiply the top and bottom by the conjugate, which is 1 plus sine of theta on both top and bottom. And then for the bottom, this is what it would look like because you're folding it out. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times sine of theta is sine of theta. 1 times negative sine of theta is negative sine of theta. And negative sine theta times sine theta equals sine squared theta negative. So that's what I wrote on the side, multiplied by the conjugate. And then on the top, if you FOIL it out on the top, cos times 1 and cos times sine of theta, you could get this, but what would make it easier is that if you were to just keep it in a simpler form, so leave it as this, cos theta times 1 plus sine theta, which is what you have there. You just didn't FOIL it out. And then on the bottom you would have 1 minus sine squared theta. And what you see on the bottom is now you do have an identity, which is the Pythagorean identity. And 1 minus sine squared theta is equal to cosine squared theta. So you can substitute 1 minus sine squared theta for cosine squared theta. So now you can see that one of the cosines are going to cancel out. So you are left with 1 cosine on the bottom, and you're still left with this on the top. So cancel cos thetas. And then you are left with 1 plus sine theta over cosine theta. Now this by itself is very complicated, so what you can do is separate it into 1 plus 1 over cosine theta plus sine theta over cosine theta, because you have a common denominator of cosine theta. So now you can see it very easy, and you can see that 1 plus cosine theta, 1 over cosine theta is equal to secant theta, and sine theta over cosine theta is equal to tangent theta. So now you can substitute both this, and what you will end up with is secant theta plus tan of theta, and it equals what you had in the beginning, which is this. So you have verified your problem. Thank you for watching.